Have you ever woken up, looked around your quiet home, and wondered, how can I fill today with real connection and cheerful purpose? Growing older often means grown children live far away, friends relocate, or spouses pass on, leaving long stretches of silence that can sap our spirits. Yet research shows that simple, intentional routines can flip that script, making each sunrise an invitation rather than a challenge. In this video, I'm sharing 6 doctor-approved daily habits designed specifically for adults over 60 who live alone and want to nurture joy, resilience, and genuine companionship without relying on complicated gadgets or endless social media scrolling. These habits are easy, affordable, and can be started this very week, even today if you feel inspired. Ready to trade loneliness for laughter and energy? Let's dive into the first uplifting practice and set your day on a brighter, more connected path, starting right now. Before we explore the 6 habits, I want to reassure you that improving emotional well-being after 60 isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about giving yourself proven tools that steer the mind toward gratitude and keep the body primed for social engagement. In my environment, I've watched widowers rebuild vibrant networks and single retirees rediscover enthusiasm for mornings simply by weaving these micro-rituals into breakfast, movement, conversation, and reflection. Each habit takes fewer than 15 minutes, and together they create a gentle rhythm that anchors the day, much like the comforting tick of a wall clock. You don't need special equipment, expensive memberships, or a bustling household, only willingness, a notebook or calendar, and perhaps a neighboring friend who might like to join you along the way. Keep a pen handy to jot the ideas that resonate. By the end, you'll have a personalized roadmap for happier, more connected living. Habit number 1. Greet the sun. Begin each morning by stepping outside, lifting your face to natural daylight, and taking 10 unhurried breaths. Studies show that even brief exposure to early sunlight resets the body's internal clock, increasing serotonin, the feel-good chemical that lifts mood and primes you for social interaction throughout the day. Choose a balcony, a doorway, or a quiet garden corner. The location matters far less than the consistency. While you inhale, notice birdsong, the scent of dew on leaves, or the gentle warmth on your cheeks. Exhale tension, imagining loneliness leaving with every breath. Pair the light with gentle shoulder rolls to loosen muscles and awaken posture for better balance. If mobility is limited, sit beside an open window so light still reaches your eyes. My patient Mrs. Hart, 72, began this ritual after losing her sister. Within 2 weeks, she reported sleeping better and calling friends more often because she felt brighter by breakfast. Let this simple sun greeting anchor your mornings and remind you that the world welcomes your presence. To deepen the experience, keep a small morning mood log beside the kettle. After your sun moment, jot one word describing how you feel and one intention for the day, such as call George or walk to the market. This tiny act turns passive light exposure into an active promise, reinforcing personal agency, an antidote to the helplessness that sometimes shadows solo aging. If you enjoy technology, set a daily alarm labeled Sunshine and Smile to prompt you. Otherwise, attach a sticky note near the front door. One retiree I counsel tapes a bright yellow ribbon to her walking cane. When the ribbon catches her eye, she remembers to step outside. Another keeps a folding chair by the porch so there's never an excuse. These simple cues transform habit formation from wishful thinking into reliable practice. Over weeks, the journal becomes a tangible record of progress, proving you are not merely passing time. You are purposefully shaping it. Celebrate with a gentle clap and whisper, "Well done," to reinforce positive self-talk and brighten the remaining hours. Habit number 2. Move every hour. Loneliness often disguises itself as lethargy, so short bursts of physical activity can shake both body and mood awake. Set a timer to chime once every 60 minutes during daylight. When it sounds, rise from your chair, march in place, perform seated leg lifts, or gently twist your torso side to side for 60 seconds. These micro-movements increase blood flow to the brain, releasing endorphins that mimic the warmth of friendly company. I recall Mr. Alvarez, 68, who lives alone in a studio flat. He marks his favorite radio station's top-of-the-hour news breaks as cues to stand, stretch, and smile at himself in the mirror. After 3 weeks, he reported fewer afternoon slumps and even joined a neighbor for weekend walks because he finally felt limber enough to say yes. If standing is difficult, squeeze a ball, circle your ankles, or press palms together to activate muscles without leaving your seat comfortably. Remember, The goal is momentum, not marathon fitness. Tiny, consistent sparks that keep energy and social readiness alive. To keep movement playful, create a Song and Stretch playlist of upbeat tunes you loved in your 20s and 30s. Whenever you press play, let the music cue you to sway your arms or tap your toes. Neuroscience tells us that pairing motion with nostalgia lights up reward centers in the brain, reinforcing habit loops more effectively than willpower alone. One client, a former school librarian, dances with her feather duster while tidying shelves, laughing at memories of sock hops from 1965. For extra accountability, call a friend at midday and ask, "What was your movement break today?" Over speakerphone, you can each demonstrate chair squats or calf raises, turning exercise into a social event even across miles. Record your favorite moves on index cards and shuffle them each morning so the routine stays fresh. By treating micro-movement like a spontaneous game, you replace empty hours with bursts of vitality that make reaching out for real-world connection feel natural. Reward yourself afterward with a sip of water, a deep breath, and a quick grin at your reflection. Habit number 3. Share a warm voice check-in. At some point before lunch, pick up the phone and speak to another human being for at least 3 minutes. Text messages are helpful, yet studies show that hearing a friendly voice lowers cortisol levels and stimulates oxytocin, the hormone of trust and bonding. Make a rotating list of loved ones, neighbors, church members, or former coworkers. Mark one person per weekday, so you never scramble for someone to call. Even a brief voicemail counts. The important part is verbal expression. My Aunt Grace, 80, leaves cheerful weather reports for her grandson who rarely answers in real time. She tells me, "Just hearing myself talk kindly keeps me company." If your circle feels small, join a volunteer phone buddy service where seniors chat with isolated newcomers. Choose morning hours for the call because research suggests moods are most receptive then, multiplying the effect for both of you. Remember, the aim isn't deep conversation but audible connection, like opening a window to let fresh air circulate through a silent room. To make this habit stick, create a small ritual around dialing. Perhaps brew a fresh cup of tea, sit near your favorite photograph, and breathe slowly while the line rings. Anchoring the call to sensory pleasure trains the brain to anticipate joy. You can also set a playful theme. On Mondays, share a joke. On Wednesdays, recall a childhood memory. On Fridays, exchange one recipe. The structure removes pressure to invent topics and keeps conversations brief yet meaningful. For visually inclined seniors, place a calendar on the fridge and draw a smiling phone icon over each successful check-in. Seeing a week filled with cheerful icons reinforces accomplishment. One widower I mentor now records little audio postcards describing the sunset. His grandchildren replay them at bedtime, strengthening bonds across generations. If you miss a day, forgive yourself and pick up again at the next scheduled moment. Remember, connection is not about fixing problems. It's about weaving small threads of voice that, over time, form a sturdy net capable of catching both you and others when loneliness strikes. Habit number 4. Set a daily purpose post-it. As soon as breakfast dishes are cleared, write one clear purpose for the day on a sticky note and place it where you will see it often: a bathroom mirror, refrigerator handle, or television remote. Purpose can be simple. Learn 2 phrases in Italian, water the geraniums, or mail Janet's birthday card. Researchers at the University of Michigan found that older adults who articulate small goals each morning report significantly lower feelings of isolation by evening because purposeful action fosters self-confidence and sparks new conversations. For example, watering flowers may lead to chatting with a passerby who admires your balcony. I once coached Mr. Singh, a retired engineer, to display organize old photographs. That single note prompted him to phone relatives for names, transforming a solo task into an afternoon of laughter and stories. Choose bright paper colors so the message pops, reinforcing commitment each time your eyes glide across the room again. Purpose notes are pocket-sized compasses pointing your day toward meaningful activity rather than passive consumption. At sunset, return to the note and place a tiny checkmark if you completed the purpose. If not, circle it and carry it over to tomorrow's fresh sticky. This gentle accountability provides structure without guilt, reminding you that growth is a journey, not a scorecard. Some seniors like to collect the used notes in a glass jar. After a month, the jar becomes a colorful testament to living with direction, perfect for those inevitable days when motivation dips. One viewer wrote me saying she spreads the notes across her kitchen table every Sunday, chooses one highlight, and phones her sister to share the story behind it, turning purpose into conversation fuel. You can also invite grandchildren to pick a random note during visits, letting them glimpse your active life and feel inspired. If you prefer digital tools, use a tablet stylus to write notes that ping completion reminders at dusk. Over time, this simple ritual rewires the brain to scan mornings for opportunity, ensuring that loneliness finds no room amid an agenda of self-directed possibility. Habit number 5. Nurture something living. Caring for a small plant, goldfish, or herb garden supplies a steady thread of responsibility and companionship that research links to reduce depression among older adults. Choose a living thing that suits your abilities and environment. A hardy spider plant on the windowsill, a single bed of fish, or tomato vines in raised containers. Schedule a brief care moment each afternoon where you water, feed, trim, or simply observe. While tending, speak words of encouragement aloud. "You're looking green today," or "Swim strong, little one." Verbalizing care reinforces empathy pathways in the brain, making future human interactions feel more natural. Mrs. Delgado, 75, tells her basil plant stories about her grandchildren. She swears the leaves grow larger after each chat. Scientists might debate that, but they agree the act lifts her spirit. If mobility is limited, place lightweight succulents on a rolling tray so you can wheel them near your favorite reading chair. Remember, the goal isn't horticultural perfection, but daily proof that your attention and kindness can spark growth. You can elevate this habit by documenting growth in a simple life journal. Snap weekly photos with a smartphone or jot height measurements in a notebook. Seeing visible progress provides tangible evidence that small efforts compound over time, a hopeful message for any senior confronting quiet hours alone. Share the updates with friends via messaging apps or social clubs. People love celebrating green leaves or playful fish swirls, and the images become natural conversation starters. One gentleman in our community prints his orchid photos as postcards and mails them to relatives, spreading both beauty and proof of his active life. On days when motivation wanes, read earlier entries to remember how much has flourished under your care. If a plant wilts, treat it as a learning moment rather than failure. Consult a local nursery, adjust watering, and celebrate resilience when fresh shoots appear. For apartment dwellers, consider window herb kits that sprout quickly, delivering fragrant basil or mint within weeks easily. By nurturing life, you affirm your ongoing ability to influence the world in gentle, meaningful ways. Habit number 6. Close the day with gratitude reflection. Just before bedtime, sit comfortably, dim the lights, and list 3 moments you appreciated in the past 24 hours. They can be as small as the smell of coffee, a neighbor's wave, or sunlight on the porch swing. Writing by hand is ideal because the slower pace allows your mind to savor each memory, but voice recording works if arthritis flares. Neuroscientists at UC Davis discovered that consistent gratitude journaling rewires neural pathways, producing lasting increases in happiness, even among participants living alone. My client Esther, 79, keeps a notebook beside her pillow. When she feels the ink glide, she says her heart settles like a contented cat. On restless nights, rereading earlier entries reminds her that goodness persists. If you struggle to find 3 items, start with 1 and grow over time. The practice itself is the victory, gently nudging awareness toward positivity. End the exercise by taking a slow breath, smiling softly in the dark, and whispering, "Thank you," to seal the memory within deeply. To amplify results, occasionally pair gratitude with gentle stretching or calming music. This engages both muscles and senses, signaling the nervous system to shift into restorative sleep mode. Some seniors keep a small gratitude box on the nightstand, dropping in slips of paper summarizing favorite moments. When friends visit, they invite guests to pull a slip and hear the story, transforming personal reflection into community storytelling. One widowed veteran emails his nightly list to a former platoon buddy overseas. Their shared gratitude chain has sustained friendship across continents for years. You might even illustrate one memory with colored pencils, stimulating creativity before rest. If negative thoughts intrude, acknowledge them briefly, then redirect attention to the written positives, reminding yourself that challenges share space with blessings. Keep the box within arm's reach so the ritual remains effortless, even on evenings when energy feels especially low. Over weeks, this practice builds an inner library of uplifting memories you can browse whenever loneliness knocks. Each entry whispers evidence that your days still overflow with meaning, laughter, and human warmth. You've now gathered 6 simple, evidence-based habits: greeting the sun, moving each hour, sharing warm voice check-ins, posting a daily purpose, nurturing life, and closing with gratitude. Together, they form a gentle arc from dawn's first light to bedtime's final whisper, guiding you through hours that once felt empty and turning them into stepping stones toward connection and delight. Remember, start with one habit, perhaps habit 3 if curiosity brought you here, then layer another every week or 2. Progress, not perfection, is the mission. As these practices intertwine, you will likely notice unintended bonuses: better sleep, sharper memory, and opportunities to help others who are walking similar paths. Most importantly, you'll rediscover the comforting truth that although you live solo, you are never alone. Your actions weave invisible threads that bind you to neighbors, family, and the wider human story unfolding beyond your front door, one step, one sunrise at a time. Thank you for spending these moments with me. If you found even one tip helpful, imagine how many others, perhaps friends, siblings, or neighbors, could benefit as well. Please tap the share button and pass this video along so our circle of encouragement widens. And while you're here, give the video a quick thumbs up. That simple click tells YouTube to place these senior-focused resources where more people can discover them. Finally, hit the red subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss future health insights tailored lovingly to life after 60. Together, we can build a supportive community that celebrates aging with curiosity, courage, and warmth. Until next time, remember you deserve days filled with laughter, movement, and connection, with gratitude sparkling in your wise eyes. I'm proud of you for taking the first step today. Now go practice habit 1 and feel the sun's gentle welcome on your face.